Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a first-timer, a creator who hasn't been on the show before. They do have a couple of maps on the lists waiting to be done, including their first map. This is not their first map. Their first map was released back in May, and since then we've seen 3 more maps from them. Slightly worryingly though, all 3 were this month, all within a week of each other. Now that concerns me because there's no way you can churn out a map in a week. Maybe they were working on 3 simultaneously, that is possible, but it is a little concerning. You can't produce high quality maps with a very fast turnover. Or can you? That is the question, because what we have today is a very nice map. A lot of you are going to like it, and it's going to score very well. It is, with a lot of you. Also, BonBonBingo scores very well with a lot of you as well, I hope. And of course, what scores really very well with me is those that respond to the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Silverspine Ridge by Zwishy. Okay, lots of good things going on here. Great thumbnail. Zwishy, what a great creator name. And Silverspine Ridge is a very strong name for a map as well. Lots of good stuff there. Start square, plenty of decent space to build in there and an interesting shape as well. We've got terrain heights, I'm not sure where they're from, but they definitely are a real life location somewhere, and they look very good too. And the resources are a little bit weak. We've got a bit of field painting on the other side of that pointy thing there. What's it called? Fishing. If you've got Sunset Harbour, we have all of the little fishes. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mostly vanilla map. You will need mass transit for this one, otherwise you're going to be missing basically your entire network. And the theme used in the screenshots is below. It's not required. It's the Silverspine Ridge map theme, which is a theme mix. And on this page there's no list to the themes that are required to make the theme mix work. Well, there you go, theme mix. So you're going to need theme mixer 2 for the aesthetics that you see today, and you're going to need a few themes and the LUT as well. So the question is, what are the themes and what are the LUTs? Well, 2 of them you probably have already if you play any number of maps. The Stray Cats Territory Nature Reserve theme is one of them, which is a well-loved theme. Then we also have the Alps Dolomites theme. Oh, hang on. Trees like this with the fat trunk don't work very well on cliffs. Just sort of say it. Okay, Alps Dolomites theme by Mr. Miyagi, which has 65,000 subscribers, so it appears. That's a lot of you will have that one already as well. So we're going well so far. You'll probably have the Alps. You're likely to have Nature Reserve. And then you have the New Boreal theme, which again is a very strong theme. It's for the cliff textures, which work really well with the theme. The theme mix is a very strong theme mix for this map. The New Boreal theme has only got 3,000 subscribers. Again, it's a strong theme. Those of you that are professional map players are going to definitely have it. But yeah, it's a little surprising. Now, there may be other themes that are required, but these were the ones that certainly appeared once I loaded up Theme Mixer 2 as the auto-loaded ones. A little bit of clipping foliage through the underside of the road there. So those 3, so Theme Mixer 2, Stray Cats Territory Nature Reserve, Alps Dolomites, New Boreal theme, and today's LUT is the Relight 3 Soft. So you're going to need relights, and you're going to need, I don't remember which variant it is. Is it Even More Relight LUTs or something like that it's called? You're going to need that one for the Relight 3 LUT as well. I mean, admittedly, you could run this map with any number of themes and it'll look very nice, but to have it matching up with the thumbnails, you need those things. There's our first intersection, very slick, lovely looking one there. A little bit of clipping foliage on the ramp, or the slip road, whichever way you want to describe it. But again, that's a pretty nice start over there. So yes, now, how am I going to rate the map in terms of aesthetics? Well, because there are no linked themes at all, and nothing automatically loads. You try and load this, it'll just load up with vanilla. I have to review this as if we were looking at it with vanilla. Splits in. Another nice highway interchange going on here, and very polished, I've got to say. It's all very polished. The work is exemplary, what we're seeing here. So yeah, what I'm talking about is having a fuller description and an auto-loading theme if you can, which basically means choosing the theme before we start building the map. That's the only really way to do it. What we got here? Oh, this is your start square intersection. And that's where you can start building over there. That's very nice, isn't it? That's very, very nice. So yes, unfortunately, I'm going to have to rate this map as if it was vanilla, which means using my imagination as to what it would look like with just the base game theme, and it's not going to score as highly as it should because of it. Anyway, next intersection here. This only links from that route over there, so just something to bear in mind if you want to have traffic heading up this way. They're going to have to drive through some trees. Well, a tree there. One tree on the road. There aren't that many. I'm making it sound like there's loads of trees on the networks here. There really aren't. There are a few. There are a few. What you've seen there is the worst of it. Most of the rest of the problems are right on the outside of the map. Sort of oversights and that sort of thing when cleaning up the map, concentrating on the middle of the map, which is important, and deep in the fog certainly is far less important, but there will be a little bit of trees on the networks when we get out there. But on the whole, it's been cleared. Most of it is just trees clipping through the underside of bridges and stuff like that. We do have a national road going up into the hills. It's been done to a high standard. The networking has been done to high standards throughout. Even when we get to the rail, you're not going to see much in the way of lumpy bumpy, gradient issues or anything like that. It's all, again, of a high standard. My grumble is just the workshop page, really, as much as anything. Well, I say as much as anything. There are one or two minor other things. And they are mostly minor stuff, and most of it is easily cleaned up with the bulldozer, or if you've got Move It, or the forest brush. Many ways to remove trees from the map where you don't want them, and they can be done as you're playing the game, as you play along. That's what it always comes down to. How much distraction is there from playing the game to clean up any anomalies that the creator has missed? And the more there is to do, the more it affects gameplay potential, and how much of it actually affects the aesthetics. How much really ruins the base game aesthetics? And the answer is, today, I think we can agree that the map looks pretty fine, assuming that you have the theme mix. If you have all the bits of the theme mix, the map is going to look really glorious. So if you have none of them, and you don't have theme mixer 2 at all, then the map is going to be very vanilla. And it's going to be a strong vanilla map. It is. There's no argument there. Well, I'm not arguing with myself anyway. And I'm trying to justify it. Oh, I like this bit of rail here. I like the way it's just elevated through here. It's just a cute little bit of detailing there. And I thought there was going to be trees under that. I was sure there was going to be trees under that, and there wasn't. There wasn't. Again, more good work. Right, anyway, so you've seen the rail. The rail is very slick, goes all loads of interesting places as well, and head off towards the terminus. Okay, we'll call it intermission time, shall we?
Are you confused by all those buttons running along the top and bottom of the screen? And what was that icon for again? Does anyone know? Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to the User Interface. Click the information button now.
And so back to Silverspine Ridge by Zwishy and the shipping routes. We have one. It's a dead end, which won't surprise you because we don't actually have a through route for the shipping. It doesn't loop back on itself, which is quite nice, I've got to say. And it does exactly what you would want it to do. Look at this, just going up the middle of this. Is this a sound? I think it's a sound, isn't it? Anyway, it goes up the middle of here and it falls short of the little bridge there, so you won't have any shipping clipping problems. Good to see, good work. Water flow, I don't think there's any argument. For those of you that want a strong flowing river, we've definitely got exactly that. Water pushing in from every direction and pouring off the edge of the map. Somebody off the edge of the map is getting very wet at the moment with all of this water. Anyway, there we go. The map as a whole is just a lovely design for starters, where it's a good location. The hills feel like hills. The forests feel like forests. We've got a little bit, now here we go, with the rail, we've got a little bit of foliage clipping through here. This is one of those rail routes I didn't show you. But again, look at how neatly it follows the lines of the terrain. There's no proper undulations going on here. It's totally believable. Certainly for a realistic map build, you're doing very well. Heading up through an old quarry here into a tunnel, and then when we go through the other side of this tunnel, we'll be right on the edge of the map. Remember I said about there'd be a lot of trees on networks near the edge of the map. Here we go. Here's a complete oversight. This one has slipped right the way through. But again, who's going to notice that other than me? And you probably. Loving the quarry. The quarry is a great looking shape there. It's simply done as well. It's very, very simply done. And then if we have a look down here, we've got the ridge, we've got the forests running along the other side of the ridge of hills there. And if we come over this side, we've got forests going on over here. We've got the farmlands which are where the resources are. These are your 3 patches of resources. If you're going to be playing an industries game, you're going to be building industry there and not farming. Although farming is an industry, I'm sure. I know. And the one question I haven't answered so far is about the tree count. It looks a bit close, doesn't it, to that 250,000 limit. And we're just slightly under, so you don't need the unlimited tree mod, although you might do if you're going to be adding any large amounts of trees yourself. You can save a few though by deleting the ones which are just edging into this torrent of a river that we have. We've got a few here and here. And a little bit of patch there. And there's a few over here as well. And then there's a couple over here around the island over this side as well. So yeah, we've got a few drowned trees. Yes, they do have their trunks on. Ba-bum. And if we head up the side of the river here, there's a bit of a swathe of them going up here. Now this is well away from the start square, but if you are looking to save a few trees to use elsewhere on the map, then here's the place to bring the tree brush, delete a few trees from the edge along here, and then you can make use of them elsewhere for your detailing. Or you can have the unlimited tree mod, whichever. Or both. Hey, who says you can't have both? Oh, and I'm loving this. I think we have a word for this style of farming now. This is Zwishy. Zwishy farming. I like that. It's aesthetically very pleasing. It doesn't try to go to next level or anything. It just does an interesting feature on a somewhat dull part of land. I'm all for it. And into the start square, which means it's the asset of the day. Now this one, I've got to say, I was a little disappointed. Just a little bit. Not that it's not a beautiful asset. It's a beautiful asset. Paragon Hotel by Robert. In Sydney, the upstairs is the hotel with a retractable roof. See, I do read these things. And downstairs is mostly used by a restaurant chain you may have heard of called McDonald's. In the screenshots, we've got McDonald's downstairs. And when I went to load this, maybe I'm missing something. Perhaps I'm supposed to have an extra subscription or something. But I didn't see any required items. So maybe I was just working too fast to get these things done. Anyway, lovely asset. Just would have liked to see McDonald's downstairs. Factoids, because factoids. Okay, Silverspine, so let's do a silver factoid. Silver is the most reflective element, reflecting 95% of all the visible light spectrum, unless you use it in an ultraviolet light, which makes it as reflective as stone. The Phoenicians used to store water, wine and vinegar in silver bottles to avoid bacteria contaminating the liquids. Did they know about bacteria? Paragon Hotel by Robert. Today's asset of the day. Yeah, did they just know that this stuff went off quicker if you didn't store it in silver? I don't know if they knew about bacteria. But anyway, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description that takes you to the voting page where you can vote for free. Okay, what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, as it stands, as we're looking at it, is very strong. For a vanilla map, very strong. Like it, it would probably be getting a high 4. But with the missing theme, and we have to assume it's missing, it's going to be vanilla. I don't know what it's going to look like vanilla, but I'm going to lose a whole star off of it. I can't see this being a 4-star map in vanilla. I'm going to go for a high 3. Still good though. Yeah? Yeah. Detailing, it's borderline, isn't it? There's basically it's 4 stars. But the more and more trees that we have under roads, networks and in the river, the more you've got to knock off. And I don't feel at the end of it with so many I can give that 4th star. So I'm going to go for a very, very high 3. Gameplay, on the other hand, yeah, I really like this. I really like this. I can't give 5 stars because there's too much cleaning up to do, but a very high 4, we'll go with that. And even though it's got 2 lots of 3 stars, I'm going to give it the seal of approval because it's minor stuff, really. I mean, you know, a missing thing off of the workshop, which a lot of us will have anyway, and a bit of cleaning up, which, to be honest with you, there's not a huge amount to do. I like it. I think that's a smart map. Anyway, if you're still here, you're part of the 20 and now elite. Use the word of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.